if you put in 10,000 hours into doing what you're doing, you are of course going to be amazing compared to somebody who's put in 10 hours of it. Be lazy. I am super lazy, but I'm punctual. I'm lazy when I don't have a deadline. For a year, there are about 22 million tracks which are being uploaded to Spotify. Now, in that 22 million, how many do you think sees the day of light? Nobody is a competition for you unless you look at them as competition. There's a dark truth about this, about what you just said. No matter what you think of yourself to be, you can think that you're the next A.R. Rahman, but until the crowd picks it up, nobody gives two shits about you.
Hello and welcome back everyone to Career Shades, and today we have Mr. Vedam with us. He is a music producer and has been working in this field for past 4 years now. So welcome to Career Shades, sir. How are you doing?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I am absolutely fine. So sir, let's start from the basic. The first question that I want to ask from you is that not a lot of people know that what exactly is the work of a music producer and how is it different from a singer or a lyricist. So first of all, can you please explain to our audience that what exactly does a music producer do?
So to put it in like the most simplest terms, anything apart from what the singer does and the words you listen to, all the music, what you hear behind is generally made by the music producer.
Right.
So we do, there are different kinds of people. There are people who work with live musicians. I work with a lot of electronic stuff because I like to do things by myself. So
Right.
I like to make my own drums, I like to make my own synth, I like to make my own sounds, whatever I use by myself, rather than like it's not like I do not depend on my friends who play other instruments and stuff. For instruments, definitely, but there are few things which are signature to the kind of music I do. I like to make those sounds by myself in my own studio.
Right. So a music producer can do both of these things. He can also just direct and he can also play the instruments himself, or he can just play around with the beats.
Definitely. Yeah.
Okay. So you yourself have a band?
I do have a band, but we just formed a band, three of us. So we are called RSVP Live. So
right. Okay.
we do Indian pop, not indie pop. We do Indian pop.
Indian pop. So, sir, according to me, what I feel is that music or be it dance or anything, these are all forms of art. And what people think is that being an artist is easy, like as compared to the traditional jobs, whether it be civil services or any other government job or any other private job for that matter. People think that being an artist is the easy way out. That's why the students just want to be there, but they don't realize that being an artist is equally tough. And not everyone can be an artist. Because in today's day and age, a lot of people think that they are one, but they might not be. So can you please let us know that what are the skills or what are the things that you need to have which makes you an artist, and what is an artist according to you?
So this question is like super duper huge in terms of the number of things which are being asked. So let me start like by saying like now I feel like at least there is slight acceptance in terms of becoming a content creator or an artist as such, because the revenue platforms have changed so much that now it is looked at without like a shade. Now people look up to people being that I want to be a YouTuber or I want to be an artist. Not necessarily an artist, but especially the content side of things. As a musician, I'm also a content creator because I need to keep my appearance constantly on for people to know that, hey, I'm here. So being an artist, I wouldn't say is necessarily very easy. It might look for a lot of people trying to get into this field also to be like, it just is so fun to make music all day. All you do is, there are friends of mine who tell me, bro, all you do is music, man. You just chill listening to music. I'm like, it's not that easy, man. I can't make that music. I'm in fact jealous of my friends. I'm so jealous of my friends. They can listen to music and work. I would love to do that, but I cannot because my work is to make the music. I am always so jealous of my friends. Whenever we do a video call or something to discuss some work or some stuff, like there is a friend who's a videographer. So Whenever I call him, he's either playing some music in the background. I'm like, dude, yours is chill work, bro. You're listening to music while you're doing the stuff. So it's just that. So I'm just diverting from the topic itself. But the thing is,
Yeah,
it is actually much more difficult than having a 9 to 5 job because you know for a fact that you're getting a salary at the end of that month.
true that, true.
29th or 30th, irrespective of if you've gone 3 days, if you've not gone 2 days, does not matter. Some chunk of money is going to come into your account and you are sorted to pay your bills for the next month, at least to live the bare minimum. But here
Right,
as an artist, it's much more difficult because I'm not trying to sugarcoat anything for people getting into it because people need to know how difficult it is to get to be an artist and then take the step forward rather than like just getting into it for the glam and glory of it. Like it
right.
just it's like, oh, so good, it's so cool, it's so like, oh my god, I've got people around me, they're always praising me. But yeah, there is a lot which goes on in the dark studios where we work in
Right, true.
get to that point to be able to get that. But also it's again, it's a constant work. You don't need to what do you call, entertain your boss every single day to get bread and butter for that day. But
True,
as an
true.
artist you got to do that every single day because you don't know who your boss is next. You might be working for a movie, so the director is going to be your boss. You might be working for another documentary, there's somebody else. You might be working for an ad, there's somebody else. So it's always this thing, like it is very much like having a 9 to 5. Actually, a 9 to 5 job at least has a start and an end. Mine is a 24-hour job. I
Right,
anytime, day or night, and we just work. So
true.
yeah, I do not like 9 to 5 jobs. I'm not promoting it at all. Ugh, I do not like 9 to 5 jobs. I did that, I was there. My god, the kind of, oh, no. Will not want to
No,
work
for the
for
artist,
anyone.
it's a big no-no.
Yeah,
Like,
yeah, because I would never want to
yeah,
work for somebody else's vision. In the sense, like, in the music, yes, definitely, because I'm putting in my flavor as well. But there, I'm not allowed to put my flavor because every employee should sound the same.
true, true,
Like,
absolutely.
I am sorry, I can't do that. So, yeah, here we are. But yeah, it's fun. But the one most important thing I would say, which was a part of your question, is what is supposed to be done to be here. So I would say the most important thing, no matter what kind of an artist you are, if you are anywhere under the umbrella of art, hustling is one of the most important thing. Like you need to be out there putting your art out to people.
Right,
Only then they will know who you are.
true. And this is
Somebody,
actually, yeah, please go
yeah,
ahead.
no, go on. Somebody has to what?
Yeah, what I was saying was that this is actually adventurous for a lot of people. But as you said, that you have to pay a price for this kind of lifestyle. And what I feel is that the struggle is on for all your life because for
Definitely,
a
it's
nine to
always a
five, yeah,
competition. It's always a competition. See, it's not even different for a 9 to 5. I wouldn't agree on that. Even 9 to 5 is a constant struggle because you gotta get promotions, you gotta get more because the prices are increasing by the minute in the world, and you need to increase your price by the minute also to live in that world. So yeah, it is not easy to do any kind of job. I personally do not like the hierarchy and everything in the 9 to 5 job. That is why I do not prefer it. But it is a stable income for a lot of people, and a lot of people do need that. So I at least
exactly.
have the luxury that I do not have any extra, like I don't have, it's a neutral ground for me. I don't have like financial aid from the family where they are like, you buy whatever you want, we'll take care of it. No, I'm buying everything on my own expenses.
Right,
But also, I don't have burden from the family saying like my dad is taking a loan or my mom is taking a loan. I got to pay that loan. I don't have that.
right,
So for a lot of people, the realities are different, and it gets very tricky to give like a one fit solution to all about being an artist because it differs.
right.
No matter what, it is gonna be ground. There's like level 5 of difficulty constantly.
True,
Like
true,
to be an
absolutely.
artist, no matter what walk of life you come from, level 5 difficulty is always there. It's like a game. It's like everybody starts at level 1, we start at level 5 of difficulty. It's like this is your zero. Now go.
Right.
Yeah.
And this instability is the reason, I guess, not a lot of parents allow their kids to
Exactly.
be in these artistic fields.
But the
And
fun part is there is no stability even in the 9 to 5 these days.
yeah, it is
You
not.
never
These
know,
days, it is not.
any minute, the boss can just send you a message saying,
Right.
"Hi, bye," and it's
True,
just,
true, absolutely.
yeah. So it's just gone. So there's no stability in anything these days. Like now, parents cannot say that, "Oh, there's no stability, government job." I'm like, government is not doing anything extra now. It used to, like
True.
early 2000s, yes, I would definitely say government was doing a lot for their employees, but now it's like it's just like another private job. Like you get no benefits, you get no nothing. It's just you do it and you just go. But the only difference is it's a much more chill-ish workplace. But no, again, there's other side of never mind. It's just
Right.
the whole thing. It's like when you just start thinking about the kind of things which are there, like because I've seen so many things happen with artists who are do double like how I used to double time. I used to work in the morning and then I used to perform in the night.
Right.
I started my artist career. So it's so funny because I know so many friends who do this. They're like they struggle to meet like get those two the balance of having the satisfaction in both of them. But it's really like it's very difficult to do that.
But at last, when you get that peace, it is worth,
Oh,
right?
that
It
definitely
is worth.
it's more than worth. It's like when you know that a piece of your work is there in a film or a piece of your work it has so many views, like it's yeah, it just feels so amazing. It removes all the pain away and it's like, yeah, this is exactly what I wanted to do this for. It just
Right.
gets to the point where it's like this is what I wanted, this is where I am, and then again an hour later reality hits, make more music.
True, true.
So yeah, it's a constant hustle at the end of the day. That's a lot of people don't hustle, they think just going to like one or two places, how okay 10 people know me. You got to go every day, you got to meet people, you got to show your work. In the beginning a lot of free work has to be done in terms of giving away your music or like just doing it so that somebody will listen to it. I used to
Right.
give my music in cafes and I'd be like, just add it to your playlist. So
True.
I would do that. Like I used to play in these cafes. Sometimes I would come and my music would be playing. I'm like, "Oh, yeah, nice." So yeah, it's
So
fun
it's
and also difficult. Yeah.
right. So, sir, this peace of mind, let's keep it aside. One more thing that is equally important is the money, to be very blunt, the money. So, I want to know that are these artistic fields, or let's talk about music production in particular, are they worth the money that you get? Because
Now
it's
that depends on the dedication you have. At the end of the day, it is all about how much time you put into your craft. There are people who do it for the fun of it. There are people like me who do it like, this is it. I don't have any right or left. This is it for me. So it's a very different thing. And it's a slow realization which is happening nowadays in India that independent music producers can charge what they think their worth is, and also it also depends on what you cannot randomly come up this being your first song and be like, okay, I will charge 2 lakhs.
right,
You
right,
can't do that.
absolutely.
Yeah.
It
So
takes a lot of time to reach there to get
it
good amount
definitely
of
does.
money. Yeah,
More than working with other people, you need to be open to listening to your own thing and criticize and be like, okay, this is good, but can I do better?
right.
So it's all about when people used to say this, I would laugh at them. But now that I've reached this point in life, now I realize why they would say that. They would
Yeah,
always
fun
say
is not paying the bills ultimately. So, yeah,
no, it's not that. It's about them saying that it is all about discipline. I would be like, how is it about discipline? Like, what does
got
discipline?
it, got
You
it.
gotta have talent and not discipline. I used to be that arrogant guy. Like in my own head, I'd be that when I was a kid, and I'm like, I know how to play the keyboard, I can do music, but yeah, when I now I know that it is the discipline. Like you, no matter what you want to do, if you are doing it every single day without fail, you will see visible difference within the month.
Right.
It's all about practice. No matter if they are my students, anybody who's learning production from anywhere or music, it just comes down to practice. The more you practice, the better you get at what you do.
True, true. Also, sir, there were times when these kind of artistic fields were not like being taken care of, or people didn't take them seriously. So we did not have a lot of professional training. But nowadays we have so many classes, so many institutes teaching all of these things. So if someone wants to go ahead and pursue a career in these fields, what are they supposed to do? Should they go ahead with the professional training, or they can also learn by themselves? What is the right way to go ahead with it? Are professional trainings really important?
Okay. There is only one answer to this, and that answer is paisa. So
True.
now
Simple.
it is up to you how you take it. I've never learned any of this going to a school. I've learned things from YouTube. The
Okay.
only money I've paid is for YouTube Premium. That's it. Because I hate ads. Yeah, like saying that, like it just feels weird because I make the music for those ads. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's just contradictory. But anyways, I'm just saying, like, see, if you have the money for it, go for it. I did not.
Right.
Like, I still do not have the money to pay for everything. I'm still paying EMIs for all of my equipment.
So, sir, as you said that, if you have the money, go for professional training. But again, you only mentioned that not a lot of people have that much money, or maybe their parents don't support them. They don't send them to the classes. In such situation, how can we polish our skills all by ourselves? Any advice that you would like to give to the students or the youngsters?
It's again same thing. I only have these three words. It feels like my dictionary is very small. Practice again comes down to that. You just gotta sit with whatever your art form is. It is paint, it is keyboard, it's guitar production. Doesn't matter what you're doing. At the end of the day, you have to sit and practice.
Right.
I have not
Absolutely.
read books. I have not read books. I'm not a very booky kind of person. But for most of the things, user manual is your best teacher. I realized that pretty late in life. User manual is generally the best teacher because it literally has everything sorted out right over there in front of you as a book or a PDF. So
Right.
whatever issue with whatever gear or whatever software or whatever on planet Earth you're using, there is a user manual for it somewhere on the internet. Go read it, or just go find that one topic where you're stuck at. This is something I did. Like I spent a good 10 grand on courses, and then I was like, I have ADHD, so I cannot focus at all. Yeah, so it's all about getting that attention right. So I was struggling to do that with the courses because they were constantly going at their own pace.
Right.
A video will not stop for you, right?
True.
So, but I never could appreciate that. There's so many people, because I'm saying this when it comes to learning because it looks very scary to learn an instrument or a software. It is a bit scary when it comes to like playing it at a point where you have to be sound so good. But for most people who are starting out, that is not a worry you need to have. First year of music is just chill, like learn, have fun, just go at it, go at the instrument, learn whatever you want, play whatever you feel like. So it's just that, like, at the end, practice is what makes the whole thing come down and be like, okay, would you go to somebody like, why does Apple work so well and why does Micromax does not work? It's just what amount of research they've put into things to get to Apple and the amount of research they've put to get into
Right.
Micromax. That makes the difference, right? So that shows, even for a musician, if you put in 10,000 hours into doing what you're doing, you are of course going to be amazing compared to somebody who's put in 10 hours of it.
True.
So it all depends on the amount of time you put into your craft to get the results you want. That
Right.
is the discipline artists need, and this is the first most thing. And the second is, there's no explanation to this. You got to be punctual. That's it.
Right.
Be lazy. I am super lazy, but I'm punctual. I'm
Right.
lazy when I don't have a deadline.
So I guess my students are hearing that be punctual, be disciplined if you want to succeed in these kind of fields. That is a
Any
must have,
field,
right?
not just music, anything we want to do in life, that dedication, that focus mind you need to have on your task, and you'll do it.
Yeah, also, sir, apart from the practice thing, there were times when we lacked resources, but now in the age of social media, we can just learn anything anytime we want, right? And so, what do you think about this age of social media? Has it been a blessing for the artist, not only just to learn the things, but also you can anytime just put your art out there for people to see. Not a lot of people get the chance to go to the industries, so in such cases, they go to social media and if they are lucky enough they get popular and people actually see their art. So do you think it has been a blessing for the artist, because along with this putting the art out thing, there has also been a lot of competitions around nowadays. Like there are people who are not that talented but they still get popular, and the true talent, it doesn't even see the light. So this is also one thing that's happening nowadays. So what do you think about that? What are your views on that?
It's a mixed bag of things. Like, it is good and it is bad also, because it is good that there are platforms where you can upload stuff at the same cost of what your Amazon Prime subscription costs for a year. Uh, but also the fact that there is no screening as such that is happening in terms of the kind of content that is coming out. So, as artists, it's very easy to get carried away into what, especially as young artists, like somebody like me, I've been doing music for a long time, so I know exactly where I've been lucky enough to know that I want to go a certain direction. I have definitely changed directions, but whatever direction I've taken, I've stuck with it for a while, seen it through, understood what it is. So it has also improved my grasp of music in terms of genres, because I have worked in so many genres. So at the end, it's about what you choose is what you make, is what I feel. Like, social media lets you choose content of what you want to consume, and you end up making that kind of content. So your circle, in anything, it can be your friends, your social media circle, or whatever, if your circle is helping you grow as a community, social media is amazing. But I see that happen maybe 10% of the time. Most of the time there is hate being spread on social media about
Right.
somebody or the other. I'm like, that's just really annoying.
Yeah, and a lot of people say that it's actually a reality check, and just put your art out there. If people will like it, they like it. If they don't, they will not. But what I feel is that's actually not true. If people want to hate, they will hate any kind of art form,
No
because
matter
they
what.
have been doing, yeah, no matter how good you are. And if they want to like, they can even like a simple choreography or simple music or any trending thing that goes around. Anything can get trending. So yeah, that's one thing about social media. It has both good and bad sides. I also believe that.
Yeah, and also
Yeah.
it's just about the number of tracks which are being uploaded, and can you guess, like, in Spotify, how many tracks do you think get added in a day?
I have no clue, but I guess a lot.
60,000 tracks get uploaded a day.
60,000. Oh
Yeah,
my goodness.
for a year there are about 22 million tracks which are being uploaded to Spotify.
Wow.
Now, in that 22 million, how many do you think sees the day of light? I know I listen to artists who have like 100 views.
Right,
Myself
exactly.
have about 100 or 1,000 views on my Spotify. I don't have a lot of views on Spotify. I do a lot of work with films and stuff, so my work is there. As an artist, my work is not yet seen the light of day. Just my close circle and the people who've seen me live know my.
Right. True.
It's just
Absolutely.
that. So there is a very hard reality over here, which is, no matter what you think of yourself to be, you can think that you're the next AR Rahman, but until the crowd picks it up, nobody gives two shits about you.
Right. True.
You can think of yourself to be anything, but at the end of the day, a lot of people who've made it say that numbers don't matter, but tell them to speak without those numbers, they are nobodies again.
True.
The
Absolutely.
numbers do matter, and people are doing craziness to get those numbers also. So that is also getting out of hand. Yeah.
So, sir, all this struggle, everything is done for one thing, to get into the industry, and you are a part of industry now. So, I wanted to discuss a few things about that. Like, what is the process? Not a lot of people get a chance to get into the industry, and there's a lot of nepotism, and there are already so many music producers who are well established. So how do one make place in that kind of competition? Because leave social media, that is not something we want to stay in. We ultimately want to go ahead and work in the industry. So what are your tips on that?
See, it depends like fully on your hustle at the end of the day. You have to show your music to people. Send it
Okay.
just as an email to people. The more people they know about you, the more, oh, somebody had sent me an email. Can we try that kid out for a piece
Right.
of music? That's how it started for me.
Right. They
So,
also say that the industry is not very welcoming for the newcomers. So, has there been any instance where you felt that, okay, I am being neglected or rejected because I am not well established in the industry? Or
every
was
single
there any
time,
time, any incident that you would like to share to the audience?
every single time. See, this rejection is one of the biggest parts of the industry. This is not something I take in a bad way. I'm like, good for you that you have somebody sorted out for your music, but it definitely feels bad. I'm not saying, I know that my rational side of my head is like, huh, cool, but my
Right.
mental side of me is like, मेरे को क्यों नहीं आया? So it's
True.
that. So there is that always. Again, everything comes down. I'm telling you, right? My dictionary has only few words. One is practice, one is hustle. Do that, you will get to some place in life. Because you need to constantly keep making, you need to constantly keep doing stuff, no matter what people say. Create a masterpiece only happens when 2 million other dumb shit pieces have come, only then masterpiece comes out.
True. True.
It can be anything, a career defining thing, but for you to get there, you sit and look at the screen, nothing's gonna happen. You gotta make the music, get better at
Right.
making the music. It's again practice and dedication.
You have to fail so many times before getting that
Yeah, definitely.
success.
Every
And
project is one heavy anxiety for me. It's like whenever I'm getting into the first meeting or the first draft meeting, after they give me a narration, I give them a piece of music, then we have a draft meeting. Like based on what I've sent, they'll give me feedback. Oh, that meeting is the worst nightmare for me. It's like I am scared every single time, no matter who, no matter what. I'm always like, oh shit, what are they gonna say now?
that is understandable.
Yeah, so
Absolutely.
that is a constant thing. But yeah, it's fun, like to make the music, like to experiment. The reason why art is fun is because you can experiment so much in that. You don't have like a set way, like यही करना है ऐसा 10th के बाद 12th करना है 12th के बाद engineering करना है to get a job. It's not that, but there are infinite number of ways to do what you want to do. Nobody is a competition for you unless you look at them as competition. They are on their own path, you are on your own path. Why are you looking at them as competition? It's like, okay, help each other out and just grow, right?
Right.
Because not, see, definitely it is a race. I'm not saying that I'm not saying life is not a race. Life definitely is a race, but how you choose to play that race is up to you. Do you want to be
Right.
just in the front and be alone, or you want to be somewhere? You want to be in the top three and be a part of something, or like all these weirdness, these animated movies keep telling you, right? They are like the best. It's not always being alone. You should always have somebody with you. And like, yeah, that's the best thing. Yeah, like cartoons are like
Right.
the best way to get into anything, man. They teach you.
They
Movies do
do.
not.
They do. They actually do.
Movies do not do this, but cartoons do
Cartoons do.
so much more. Yeah, yeah.
So that you as an artist know that these kind of things that stay motivational or chase the success, you'll have it one day. These are easier to say, but when things go south and when you fail each and every time, you again just have to make yourself get up and do the same thing again and again every day. It gets difficult. So in such situations, how do you maintain your cool, or how do you motivate yourself?
There's a dark truth about this, about what you just said. Like It's not just when things go south, when things go north, also I am shit scared. I'm like, how is everything working out? Wow, okay. So that's a scare because you don't know if you're going to have another project for the next couple of months.
Right.
It's a constant thing. So it's not about, don't think about did you, how did you do it or not. Whatever you're doing, maintain your quality and people will come back to you. No matter what, like it doesn't matter if you're working for a project for like 30,000 or like 30 lakhs or even bigger. It just depends on like whatever you have agreed upon to deliver. As long as you are sticking to what you're saying, people would want to come back and work with you.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, sometimes it happens in a day, sometimes it takes weeks, but just stick to it no matter what. If you don't have the creativity, do something else. Like,
Right.
I don't feel creative sometimes. I'm like, the other day I was just sitting blank in front of my screen. Nothing. I tried to make something and I'm like, am I even a musician? I am not getting any thoughts in my head. It's like I was having one of those phases what puppies have when they have no thoughts going in their head. They're like, I don't know what I'm doing. I was that. But again, you just need to take a break because as musicians, there's so much pressure to constantly keep doing. People don't take breaks.
Right.
And that is so important for your success because you need to give yourself a day or two's break once in a while because you are constantly working 7 days a week. There's
Right.
no Saturday, there's no Sunday for us, there's no weekend because weekend is more work for us because we are
Oh, yeah.
so there
Also,
is
you're not able to create new things with that worn up mind. You need to have breaks and,
exactly
just
so
relax.
yeah,
Yeah.
that is something which is very important and a lot of people do not realize that how important breaks are.
True.
But yeah, that's really important. Like how much you put in your work to focus and get your things right. Also take those breaks which will let you improve. Like sometimes I'm working 9 hours on one song and I just shut that session down and I'm like, this is it. I'm not going to listen to this song until tomorrow evening.
Right.
I'll work on something else, but I'll not listen to that.
Right.
So I
Right.
have a 12-hour gap between listening to that song, and then when I listen to it, I have a cleaner ear to listen to what I made.
True.
Then I
True.
can take like a better
Yeah.
decision.
That's totally relatable. Yeah.
Some time away from your art always gives you a very different perspective.
Absolutely. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, sir, at last, I want to ask you, like, how do you define music and what it is for you?
It's gonna be super cliche, but it's just everything for me, man. Like I am one of those people who likes listening to things happening around me, and I'll just pick those sounds up and make something out of it. It's that like I've recorded vendors selling clothes and I've made music out of it. I've recorded my dog making noises and I've made music out of it. It's just the perspective. Sometimes it's very weird for people to listen to stuff, but it's my expression as an artist, like what I do, what I want to do. Like experimenting is not bad. Like if you can make something weird sound amazing, then yeah, you are good at it.
Right. Absolutely.
Yeah, so it's just that for me, music is all about getting things together and it's a puzzle. That's it. Whenever I make a piece of music, it's always me completing or making a framework for a puzzle. If an artist is going to come on that, he's going to finish the puzzle. And if it is just
Right.
me, I'm going to finish the puzzle whenever I write or do whatever with that.
Right. So your art is a puzzle. Just keep solving that, and whenever you feel tired,
Building new
just
puzzles.
go and
That's
take a
all.
nap.
Yeah. Make like few puzzles, sleep, wake up again, make some more, sleep again. It's just that. Just have fun with what you're doing. I know when it comes to the reality of paying bills, it's very difficult as an artist, but there is also the fun side of it. So keep that alive and very early on, realize that you need to have multiple streams of income to sustain in the art world. I do multiple things in music itself. So I teach, I make music for films, I make music for ads, I make music for artists. So I have different streams of income where I perform. So
Right.
all of this. So this is something which is really important, having multiple streams of income, so that you don't have to worry on fifth that rent किधर आएगा, rent किधर से आएगा. Yeah, that tension should not be there. As long as that is not there, it's all cool.
Right.
Yeah.
So yeah, sir, I guess that's a wrap. We need to wind up the session now. So is there anything you would like to add up, or anything you would like to say to the students?
Just go follow my music, go listen to what I've made, comment over there on that. Yeah, same.
Yeah. Can you share your Instagram ID for the
Yeah,
students?
so I am called Vedam.v, that is VEDAM.v. So you can find me with my dog on Instagram. We do a lot of fun stuff. I'm gonna upload a reel actually in an hour or so. So yeah, okay. So I was saying, like, don't stop making the music, just do that, have fun. And yeah, whenever you guys plan to release something, do send it to me.
Right. So definitely do that, guys. If you are an artist or a music producer, or if you're a fresher in this field, you can always take help from sir. You can always reach out to him on Instagram. And that was a really insightful session with you, sir. Thank you so much for being here today. And I hope my students thoroughly enjoyed it. If you guys have any doubts, any comments, anything that you would like to share or ask, you can always drop in the comment section. You can always ping sir personally, and I guess he'll be there to help you, or maybe his team will be there. So yeah, please go ahead, and we'll see you next time. Take care.